Hey, welcome everybody. What a really, I don't know how to say this. We're hostage to market conditions here on tweets. Whether there's a I don't know if it's the deal on China that would be expressly helpful. At the very least, not implementing new increases on tariffs Friday. That would be something I think the market is going to brace for. In earlier videos, I said by Friday on the close, if the market generates, if we cross that threshold in the weekly indicators, we would generate weekly sell signals for the very first time. Again, I don't know when I did the video on Tuesday where the market's going to close on a Friday, but every hour that goes by, and as everyone knows now that it's Wednesday, we got Thursday with the China deal, and then Friday we'll see where we end up. In the meantime, we have a very two-sided trading type of range in the market, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not that unhappy with bad news hitting the market like what we had with China, the disruption and the increases in tariffs. I think this market, in past months would have had tremendously stronger downside movements. And so I'm seeing a lot of positive in the tape today, and I'll go through that. HES for one, some biotech number two. I'm just not seeing any index buying or volume. So let me tell you what we do have going on. Today we've had a few good trades, shorts, longs. Here's the 5-minute model in the algo, our live trading room. The SPY system, it went short, it got out, it's now long, it's up some money. The VXX is short, or excuse me, VXX is also short, and its stop is right here. Ironically, I put this yellow line in the sand, and that is my go-to line if we can get the VXX to close underneath the yellow line. But ironically, I put that out there this morning for our members. I said a close underneath that line in the sand, and look what happened. The system itself did what we discretionarily had already input in the market. It did so after the second hour. That's a trailing stop function. That's the when it gets into a long position, it has a stop. When the market moves, it increases the stop. And so I'm not sure which do you believe. The long on the VIX, meaning the fear index is up and that the market is vulnerable for stock markets vulnerable to declines, or the fact that the system actually went long the S&Ps. So the breadth, the advanced decline this afternoon as we head into the last 27 minutes of the day. We are 332 right now in advancers in the S&Ps, and you can see that number right here, 332 versus 166. So there is some positives happening in the market. Our 15-minute model just dumped half of its long position, been sitting with it, almost got stopped out. There's your stop right there. This was the profit target, and it has an emergency stop, hard to see, but that's the emergency stop right there on that long position in the 15-minute. The 5-minute is in sync with the 15. It also jammed on along. You can see the 5-minute system here. Long 2 contracts on the E-minis from 91 1/4. We're at 95 3/4 on 2 contracts, up 450. Another great little systematic trade that we have going on. Crude oil, not a lot happened today in crude oil, which is really bizarre. I mean, I think all the markets just stalled, listening and waiting and watching for any news out of Iran, of course, with the oil situation, and more importantly, the China delegation. So that's really what we have. Let's take a look at the overall market, what I like and what I dislike about the market. I like the fact that the Russell is still in a daily buy signal. It's in that PPS buy signal. There's the arrow pointing up. That's the buy signal. And it would be more impressive if we could get, right now, we seem to be making, a consecutive series of higher highs and higher lows. But I would really like to see a close greater than the midpoint, this area in here, and certainly get back above that yellow line in the sand. If we can close the day or the week, actually, above that yellow line in the sand, that's when we're going to get lift off. The breadth of the markets gave it up a little bit. The advancer is not really all that strong. And then lastly, let's take a look at my volume indicator. While the volume indicator is not demonstrating a lot of strength right here, it was hooking up, and you're starting to see some positivity, and it just died out. This is a daily chart, mind you. So I mean, we're sitting here in, at least with the small cap, we're sitting in a small upside channel situation, and I really will be still watchful for any breakout to the upside. I'm not ruling out that this market is in dangerous situation right now. I'm not going to say dire straits, but you could clearly see for the first time, as I warned earlier, we had, and you may have just said, well, what happened to it? We just had the sell signal there, and these arrows, and it just disappeared because we are below. If we're at a threshold, it generates the arrow. When we get off or we trade back above that threshold, the arrow disappears. Now, the arrow is a sell signal, and it doesn't generate an actual official sell until the market closes. It's a weekly chart. You got to wait till Friday. But it's warning us that if we closed at this price level, it would then generate a sell signal. I find it interesting. We're at the cusp of that threshold, and it just went away. So there it is. It came back again. So, I mean, we are trading literally at approximately, where are we at? 299, 289.05, 04, 03, 289.05, 04, 03. So at around 289.08, it comes off that sell signal. So Friday, anything below 299.08, we're in a weekly sell mode, and that means we'd be more likely to be in a weekly buy mode on SDS. So that's I still want everyone to kind of be watchful of these sell signals that come in at the end of the week. What about what do I see that's positive in the market? Quite frankly, there's a lot of red sell signals that are happening still on a daily basis. There's some good stuff that occurred. Tilray, I'm not in the pot sector. We gave out GWPH in a video the other day. Let's double check. Insert a blank row here. GWPH. Here we go. GWPH, we said a breakout over 175 should get us to about 200. It broke out above 175. And what did it do? It opened at 196. Darn close to that $200 number that I said this was getting ready for a breakout, but the trend is still very strong. Other stocks that I think we have to take a look at, stocks we've either been in the past or are looking to get into, such as Tiffany's, gained ground yesterday, back up again, 106. Best Buy, I've been talking about Best Buy, Father's Day, big screen TVs and things of that nature. Geek Squad, that looks great. We're not in that. We were looking for a little dip to buy on, and it just didn't dip enough. We were in Kellogg's. We got out. We made money. We were in Aspirion. We trailed our stops, took profits on half. Aspirion nicked us on the profit, so we took a 10% profit, but it is higher. Now, that's good news for those that are watching the biotech, ESPR, because it does show that there's an interest in some biotech drug stocks, and this is Aspirion. And so I'll probably be watchful of this to get back in. I think we took a 10% trade out of that, and nice performance. This is the monthly chart. There's still a lot of room there, and we'll be watchful of that in the days and weeks to come. There just might be some better opportunities elsewhere in the marketplace. And one of the things that I think that we have great advantages that you guys should be watchful for is we'll be running these scans every single day to see if we get a buy setup, and the one that I see right now on the close coming in is in the energy, and one of my favorite stocks. We made money on this one as well in that long trend. We got out and it pulled back. Well, we're generating right now today a new fresh buy signal in HES. HES is the one, this right here. HES is generating a buy signal. It's a minimum risk down here. I would probably want to see it close greater than 63.74, and then maybe we'll look to see how it behaves tomorrow. A pullback, most likely we'll be entering this on a pullback tomorrow somewhere near 62.92, 63, 15, somewhere in that zone, based on what we see with the charts here, the volume action, and again, the entire sector. Noble Energy is another one. It's in our radar. We bought that. We got out, took a profit. Noble's not generating a daily buy right now. but HES is. And here's what I like when I get into a stock. I just don't want an algorithmic buy signal in one single name. I don't know if it's just, I mean, I do trust my algorithm buy signals. They're fantastic. Many of you use them in Thinkorswim, and again, our professional package here with TradeStation. What I want to see happen is, and we are starting to see that, a consolidation of buy signals. Today we had great numbers in PXD, up $5, 3%, big number in HES. But you see this is the key of what I'm watchful for, gang. I want to see this column right here fire up on new, fresh daily buy signals. We've got Apache, Devon, EOG, and HES firing off on new, fresh buy signals, and not a lot else. So that's what I'm kind of watchful for. The other day I did a video and I told you I'm interested in oil and gas exploration. I'm staying away from oil services like Halliburton, Schlumberger. Quite frankly, look at those names. They're not doing anything. In fact, Halliburton's down 33 cents, where in oil and gas exploration, the majority of stocks are up. So I'm going with strength. I'm going with relative strength improvement. Now, here's just a little look-see here. This is the relative strength person market catcher. Notice the color is all red. Notice that the colors here are starting to see blue and fuchsia. Big difference. And fuchsia means that the stock is improving. Red means it's weakening. So we want to stick to stocks that are generating new fresh buy signals with improving relative strength. And not only that, but look at HES. It's bright blue. It means it's outperforming the market. So that, my friends, is what I look for. New fresh daily buy signals in a sector that's starting to improve, with other stocks in that space getting stronger, and its relative strength is outperforming. So HES is in this condition right now, on the tape that I see right here today, HES is my number one choice. And if it continues to look strong in today's close, it's the one that we put on our buy recommendation, or at least try to get long in the trading room tomorrow. You hopefully get this video out to you before the close. HES, number one upside potential with small risk factor, great looking reward. Risk factor, I don't want to see the stock get below 59.60 area. Upside potential, easily, I think we get back up to 68. So easily 68, and that would be just testing this high one more time. If this is an A, B, C, D wave, then we're talking late mid-June or so, 73, 75 zone. There's my outlook for the upside on HES. Thank you all very much. And here's to China, or lack of increases in new tariffs. Thanks, everyone.